Welcome, everybody, to the Sweatshop Podcast. It's the one-stop shop for talking shop. It is me, your host, Sweats, and my co-host, the Maestro.
Ooh.
Trying to reach you somewhere.
Ooh.
Trying to reach you.
The diminuendo.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Diminuendo.
I know I had it. Ooh, diminuendo.
Mm-hmm.
I love when other people talk music things.
Too niente.
Ooh. Woo.
Yeah. Get a look at that. We're getting fancy.
Oh, yeah. And I have to explain like the diminuendo and the decrescendo, how it's the same thing. But
basically,
you'll never see a decrescendo wording on music. You'll see the DIM dot, but you'll never see that DECRESC.
I've seen it a few times, but it's not as common.
Not as common. The DIM.
I mean, DIM is so much easier to write than
decrest.
Decrest. Yeah.
Decrest.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you just don't see too often. You know, like you'll like the RITARD. You'll only just see the RIT normally, or the full word. Like you might as well just go all the way. But you might as well go all the way. But the writ is usually there.
Yep.
The writ is usually there. We should do like a masterclass on the Sweatshop on all things vocab.
Just do like a music terminology 101. Music vocab 101.
That's right.
Anybody who cares to know about that information.
I know.
We'll put that up on the on that masterclass app. You ever see that shit where like like Hans Zimmer's teaching about composing and like Morgan Freeman giving narration lessons and shit like that.
No, we should totally just fuck around, because I mean we could just say like, all right, this motherfucker here, you just hold this bitch for a long time. That's called a fermata.
Yeah, it looks like an eyeball because you just watch your director.
That's right.
And you cut off when they tell you to.
That's right. That's it.
But if they don't tell you, it's double the length.
That's right. Supposed to be double the length, but really.
That's what she said.
Oh, I'm about to put that fermata.
From out of nowhere.
Oh my goodness.
All the music puns right now.
Oh yes. I'm about to rallentando deep in the fermata.
Good Lord. Oh my God.
I'm about to put my DSL coda.
Oh no. The senior.
The Desinio.
Oh, Desinio.
I literally had a whole conversation. I literally just talked all about this. I was like, the Desinio, it just means the sign. It just literally is all the sign. And then what is the other motherfucker?
The capo?
The capo. Thank you.
Coda?
Yeah. It just means
capo, means the beginning, the head.
The beginning, exactly.
I always tell them it's decapitation. That's where you get decapitation from.
Hey,
it's the capo, the head. Decapitation, no head.
Here you go.
Yeah.
The capo.
There you go.
Alfine.
Alfine.
Yeah, Alfine. Girl, you so fine. I'm gonna put that de capo in there. You feel me?
No.
Okay.
Un poco. Poco.
Gargantuan.
That's totally different. Mastodonic.
Mastodonic.
It gets me every time. Mastodonic.
We got
for you South Park people.
We gotta watch South Park.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing all right. Getting towards towards the end of May. Starting to get a little less on one side, but a little more on another side.
How
as
many
far
weeks
as
you got
the
left?
busyness. About two. Yeah. Done next week.
Okay.
The next week. So, but this weekend will be nice. I mean, I still got to work Friday, but this weekend heading out to the Adjacent Fest out in Atlantic City with Jess.
All right, the real one.
The real one. Like, I have tickets to this one. Mm-hmm. There are tickets. There's a map. Everything
exists.
This one totally exists.
They have bands.
Yes, they have bands. The bands are coming. The plot of land has been they got all the permits.
Okay.
Everything's there. Everything
all
is
right.
It is. I mean, until I step foot into there, it's not Mr. Official, but like it's about as Mr. Official as you can get. So yeah, that'll be good this weekend. So going down Atlantic City, hitting up those concerts and stuff. Be nice, relaxing weekend. What you got going on?
I got about a few more weeks to go. I got a few more weeks to go. I think we are done we're done the 9th, but I work. I'm admin now, so I work, through June.
Are you on I thought maybe you were on the 12-month.
No, I'm on
plan.
11 month. Oh yeah, 11 month.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got a little time off. But it's flexible. It's flexible in that time. It's not like you're like deep adhered into it. Like, you can work from home if you need to. You can, it's a lot more freedom in there than I think it probably used to be, especially with COVID and all these things that have said, hey, if you can do the work from home, do it from home. You can do it here, do it here. A lot more flexibility, which is nice. But yeah, doing that this weekend. I think I'm just gonna go bowling and go bowling.
I got to go bowling.
Yeah, I love bowling. I
never hear about you going bowling.
I know, it's wild, right? We've never really been bowling, but I absolutely love bowling. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Why am I only finding this out now?
It's just one of those things. I do love bowling. I don't go bowling super often, but I do like to go.
I don't think we've ever been bowling.
No.
I don't think once. I don't think a single time.
No.
Not that I can recall.
We can totally go bowling though, and I'd be totally down. Yeah.
I mean, I can take it or leave it. Sometimes it's fun, as long as is it a place where you can like get drinks and stuff?
Oh yeah, no, I mean nothing around here is like lame. Everything got a little spice.
Okay,
something nice over.
I know there's some where it's like if I can't have at least a couple
full bars, like they got like
I know sometimes they got like the bar.
It's like lounge
attached to it. And
it's like a lucky lounge. Yeah, like lucky. Everything's like a Lucky Strike vibes. Even the boleros like they got now are all like Lucky Strike vibes. You know what I mean? Like where they got all the.
It's not like the old school Bolorama kind of deal.
No, it's not like a Bolorama. Even though like they got the drinks and stuff there too, but it's not the same, right? It's not like the full bar with the full shebang bang. So but I do like to bowl. Yeah, so I'm gonna go bowling.
Okay,
I'm okay at it. I'm not too bad at it. I get on little hot streaks and stuff.
Do you throw a curve at all? You got the lefty curve?
I do. I throw the lefty curve. Okay. My dad taught me to do that a long time ago. But yeah, I'm seeing if I can get a little better at that, like just consistent. Because but I also gotta like every alley is totally different, like in how the ball actually spins. Yeah. So it's really funny. I like usually the first, I guess 5 frames of any like bowling I do is absolute trash because I'm like trying to figure out like how much should I spin, right?
Yeah.
I was at Lucky Strike one time and like I was spinning that ball and that motherfucker was spinning so much, like, and I was just doing the same shit I normally do. That shit would spin all the way to the other side. I get a gutter. I get a gutter spinning so much. Like I get a gutter every time. And I'm like, how the fuck is it? Like I'm literally at the edge of I have to almost hit a gutter just to get it on, like hit it in like a proper place. It was a pain in the ass. But but some places it doesn't spin that much at all. Like, so I have to always be wary of that when I'm doing it. But I'm always trying to adjust. It always takes me like literally about, I guess, 5 frames or so to figure that shit out. But then the second game is usually my best game, almost always. And then by the third game, I'm fucking tired. Like it's just like now I'm tired.
So the PBA is not necessarily in your future.
No, it's not my skill set.
Okay.
No, but I will have a good game every now and then. And people will be like, "Damn, you're good." I'm like, "Yeah, kind of." Like,
just wait till the third one.
Yeah. Wait till the third.
I'm gonna drop off real quick.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. No, but my dad definitely taught me that. Yeah, but I do like the bowl. I mean, I'm not like part of any league or anything like that. I don't do shit like that, but I do like the bowl. It's like one of the things. It's like a fun time. Drink and spin the balls. Spin those balls. But I'm also gonna hopefully while you're doing your thing in Atlantic City, hopefully I'm gonna be able to catch some of these some of these pay-per-views that are about to go down.
Oh my god, this is the weekend if you're a pro wrestling fan. This is the weekend you get to catch both major companies putting on some big events here.
Yeah, big time events, Night of Champions, and that's not in this country, correct?
Correct. That is over in Saudi Arabia.
And what time does that start? What's the time?
I think the kickoff starts at noon, and then the main show starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
So it'll be an afternoon deal.
Yeah, afternoon. I'll probably miss some of that because I do teach them until 3-ish. So
what would have been perfect for them to lay this out, not that they would work together, but what would have been perfect was if they did the Night of Champions Saturday afternoon. AEW does Saturday night.
Yes.
And then you got NXT on Sunday. But because you got the NXT Battleground and AEW going head to head right at I think 7 and 8 o'clock.
Right.
Like that. So they're just I don't know if they did that like
was that on purpose?
If NXT did it on purpose or
they're known to do that sort of thing, to try to compete, but that doesn't really make sense in the context of all that.
Well, yeah. Well, there's two ways to think about it. You'll either get the people who don't want to pay for the pay-per-view; they're going to watch the free event if they already have, Comcast or have Peacock for a much less price, or you're going to get the people going, "Oh, I'll watch the replay of that later."
Right.
I'm going to go watch, and maybe I'll go to because we were talking about how the AEW things at Dave & Buster's or. Like a movie theater or something. So maybe people go out to a bar or someplace like that to watch it, and then they'll watch the NXT thing like later on, maybe on Monday, on Memorial Day. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to figure out if that, I'm trying to figure out if Double Nothing is going to be like at AMC or something. Oh no, it is.
It probably is. It usually ends up in a theater of some kind.
Yeah. I tried to click on it. It said, "You got off script." Well, ain't that a bitch? I ain't going off script, bitch. You went off script.
You went off script? We're always going off script.
I know. Bitch, you went off script. Don't tell me this shit. I might, because they have a little bar over there by the Rio, right? Like it, not inside AMC, of course. But I got a little bar right outside the AMC to watch it. I'm gonna see if they have it.
I would imagine they would.
I was literally in the middle of this before we went on. Now I'm curious. Oh, they okay. Do they have it?
They might.
They do.
They have
at 7 p.m. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Maybe I'll watch whatchamacallit first, and then watch that.
Well, you do Night of Champions on Sunday instead of Saturday.
No, I want to watch the Marvel shit.
Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that either.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch Guardians and then because it's the dine-in delivery to seat 2.
You do a little double header.
Yeah. Ooh.
You relax and do a little double header. I love doing a movie double header sometimes.
I could. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, why not? And I wonder if can I order drinks too with the dine-in delivery?
I have no idea. I don't know AMC like that.
I don't know either. I'm about to find the fuck out though. Praise.
Well, there you go.
About to praise on it.
Have to let us know how that goes.
Yeah, nothing but fuck around. Why not? Yes, I'm gonna cancel my order because it's not gonna be sold out. I just want to see what the dine-in menu is like now. I'm like really going off script. The AMC dine-in menu.
Oh God.
Okay, they got entrees, artesian flatbreads, sweets. That's amazing. The only one in Maryland is the Rio that has the dining situation. That's fun.
They're behind the times.
They are
behind the times.
My goodness, what magic! But anyway, yes, lots of shit go. Oh, here's I got all that thing. Oh, I got everything now.
Would you get distracted by the menu?
Yeah, everything.
Is it can't be as big as the Cheesecake Factory menu, though.
Oh no, it's not even close. Oh no, I don't see any alcohol on here. What a disappointment!
Ooh.
What a disappointment!
Sorry.
But I can get them early and then go in and then grab some. Yeah, bacon chicken mac. Hopefully that's good.
I hope so. Any kind of food from a movie theater other than popcorn to me is very suspect.
I mean, it's all facts. You're not wrong. But I'm being there for a while. Anyway.
It's fair.
All right, so the first one is Night of Champions, correct? Boom.
And if we go chronological order, yes.
Yes.
Night of Champions would be first.
Let's go chronologically.
Okay.
So we have these matches going down here. We got things developing between we got a couple big matches in here. I mean, it's really looking solid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is. I mean, we got a couple meh ones, like, no offense, but I'm just going to throw them out here. Ripley and Natalya. I'm met on that. Not because it's not going to be a good match, but she's not winning. Like, we already know this.
It would be a huge surprise if this is where Ripley drops the title. You know? Like, yeah, it's sort of a foregone conclusion. But I also think partially because, I think because didn't Natalya have the first women's match over in Saudi Arabia?
I believe so.
I feel like that kind of plays into it in that, she's familiar with the whole idea because, that's a whole big thing over there that, they don't really let women do things and that kind of stuff. So, I feel like that might have played a part into why this match is happening. But then again, you also have the Raw Women's Championship match.
You do.
So, I mean, it's not like there's only one. In fact, there's actually 3 ladies matches on the card, which is kind of surprising given where the event is being held.
It is surprising.
Not because of the booking or whatever. But
and one of them was just a straight up grudge match.
Yeah.
Becky
Lynch, Trish Stratus.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you got that. It's probably the name, though, because usually they get those names. Like when they go over to Saudi Arabia, they get
you get the big.
They get a couple of the names. Like that's probably why we even have the Cody Brock Lesnar program still going on.
Well, I mean, I think that's gonna. You don't think that's gonna hit all the way till SummerSlam?
I don't know
because I mean, just the way it's going, I'm assuming Brock is gonna win this. Just. Because
I don't know.
His arm is injured, right?
Yeah, like it was like now they were saying at first it was like he had a broken arm, whatever. And so I don't know if they're just trying to heighten that and then have him pull another victory like that, or if Brock Lesnar will get this one and then it'll come back for SummerSlam. But SummerSlam's not till I think August 5th, so that would be a long ways away to wait for.
Yeah,
that kind of thing, unless they're going to have a lot more building up to it. Because I feel like if they don't do something to kind of drive the horse here, that's going to get stale real quick, and which could be unfortunate for Cody.
I mean, what they used to do back in the day, they used to throw these guys in tag matches, and so it prolongs the situation. I don't know.
That's not going to happen. I mean, if Lesnar even shows up on Raw like that, because usually he shows for a couple weeks for the build up and then has that match. I can't imagine he's going to be there every week from now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Until SummerSlam, or doing something.
Yeah.
From now until SummerSlam, or having or there's only so many times you can have Cody come out and cut a promo just to the audience without anything like that.
Right.
From now until August. That's a solid.
It is
2 months of that.
It is.
That's too
it is
long.
2 months. Yeah, it is too long.
So I don't know. I mean, because I feel like they are when they do go to Saudi Arabia, they do try to build these as bigger shows, even though this is not one of the big 4 that we normally think of.
Right.
They do try to make some of these much bigger shows. So I could see this as like okay, now Cody's a little bit defeated, but then he still ends up winning. And then it's like, maybe like I guess the thing they could do is later on, like closer to SummerSlam, like Cody moves on. He's like, now I beat him twice, but it still wasn't convincing. And then maybe towards like maybe, I don't know, after 4th of July or something, there's got to be an event. Well, there's going to be Money in the Bank.
Right.
That's an idea. Cody goes into Money in the Bank. Brock Lesnar comes in, screws him out of that.
Screws him out of that shit.
So and there you go.
Right.
So like they would have to do something like that.
Right.
In order to keep that program moving to.
And then they do it in Hell in a Cell or some shit.
Yeah, or just, whatever.
Hell in a Cell.
I could see that, or like, Last Man Standing, or
Last Man Standing.
Something along those lines.
First Blood match.
Yeah, no, we talked about that already.
I know.
Dope.
What about what's the one with the Undertaker and Kane?
You're talking about the Buried Alive match?
No, the Inferno match.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Or it could just have the American Nightmare match. I don't know what the hell that would be. It just sounds like a fun gimmick.
Man. So let's chat about some of these big ones. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles.
That's probably the biggest one.
Yeah. You think Seth is going to win this one?
I mean, the way they're pushing the narrative, it's like, the past several weeks on Raw, he's been getting that like promo feature the whole time about like what's going to happen when he wins it and blah, blah, blah. So like, it's almost like they're pushing that narrative on us for Seth to win it. I think he deserves it. I think his character's over to that point, but
it is.
I feel like they were making it a little too obvious.
But they like the chase, man. They like the chase.
Yeah, but also I think because isn't AJ on SmackDown?
He is.
So if you were trying to bring that new title to Raw, but AJ's drafted to SmackDown, either he's going to have to go over to Raw for that title, or that new title is also going to be on SmackDown, and then Raw is left with no championship. I just feel like they painted themselves into this corner.
That
like unless they do some of that silliness, which like then like why would you even draft AJ to SmackDown in the first place if this is where you're going like it? I'm trying to apply logic to an illogical situation.
I'm into it. You know what I mean? I'm into it. Let's because like, we assume this is gonna happen, and then some crazy shit happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so there was a rumor that potentially, because Kota Ibushi is a free agent.
That's what I was thinking about. I'm thinking Kota comes in.
That'd be dope.
Does some crazy shit, and then automatically puts him in the title picture. Like,
yeah, I mean that'd be pretty dope. Pretty dope.
I was thinking the same thing. I know Ibushi's around. You know what I mean? Isn't whatchamacallit also a free agent soon? What's his name? He's like Ricochet, but white.
Why did I know you're talking about Will Ospreay?
Yes, Will Ospreay. Thank you.
Damn it.
The white Ricochet.
I feel like he wouldn't be coming to, because he's got a lot of those ties with AEW.
I know he does,
because he'll be at like the Forbidden Door thing that's happening next month and whatever.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, but branch out. Branch out, do other shit. Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. We just talked about it, but I don't know why, but like I think they're trying to have this last a while, and for whatever reason, and I think Lesnar wins this, like, because he beat the shit out of Cody for real, like, like, you know what I mean? And then like, and he comes in and then Cody's putting up a good fight, but it doesn't last very long either. Lasts all of probably like, it's almost like a glorified squash match, but not really, because Cody's going to get some offense in, lose in about 6 minutes, 7 minutes.
I think if they were to go the route of putting Cody in the Money in the Bank match and then have Lesnar screw him out of that, I think it should be a rinse repeat of what happened at Backlash.
Back
I think it should be because, like, I mean, like Cody got the advantage early, but Lesnar started to beat him,
right?
And then all of a sudden he got that quick pin, reversing the Kimura, right?
This could be a DQ. This could be like a count out.
It could be, but they throw the rules out for Brock Lesnar.
I know, but I was just
like,
thinking,
there's no rules.
It could be a DQ or count out. Like, it could be something like that.
It could.
And then they suspend him because, like, you know what I mean? Like, they do that and he freaks out and they suspend him for like a couple months.
Yeah, I could see that. But I also think that it would be, like, I think it would piss Brock Lesnar off more if he is beating the hell out of Cody, like you said, but then all of a sudden Cody pulls a fast one on him again and beats him. And then he's just like stewing. You know what I mean? Just stewing for that whole time. And then he waits for the right calculated time, which is at Money in the Bank, to come get him. And screws him out of that opportunity.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. Because, I mean, it's a lot of ways you can go with this one to figure out, like, I just don't think it's done yet.
I could see that.
Then we got the other big match, which I think is real interesting because the way this is kind of like shaking out and the way this is kind of going down, we got Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and something has to happen here, right? Like some big
obviously something has to happen.
I mean, like Zayn and Owens, like, I'm going to assume. I'm not going to assume it. I'm not assuming anything really, but let's just, for this sake, that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win, which I think is most likely going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
How do they lose?
No matter what, I think if the Bloodline team loses, Solo takes the fall.
You think Solo's going to take the fall?
I think Solo takes the fall. If that Bloodline team loses, Solo takes the fall.
What if he doesn't?
How they take the fall?
What if Reigns takes the fall?
I don't think that's happening.
Like, what if he finally gets pinned?
I mean, it is outside of a singles match.
But the Usos come out and fuck Reigns by accident or on purpose, or whatever you want to call it.
Again, it's possible. Do you
think Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are going to win?
I still think in that circumstance that Solo will still take the fall. I just don't think Roman will take a fall in this manner, because I don't think they're going to give that satisfaction yet.
Has Solo taken a fall on
TV? I think he has once, maybe. I know in like live events and stuff he has, but like that doesn't really count.
It doesn't count at all.
But I think that's gonna I think that could potentially add further dissension. Like when you said, let's say the Usos come out and try to run some interference, right? But if they fuck it up and hit Solo instead, and then Solo takes the fall from there, that furthers the dissension between Solo and the Usos. But then obviously Roman will be like, you took the fall, put it on him.
Right.
So then you really do divide them more so here, rather than like if Roman takes the fall, where does that really divide them more so in that,
I can see it being like, I can say like Reigns, like, what the fuck is your fault? Like, it's your fault. Like, you made me take the fall. You fucked this all up.
Well, I mean, he could definitely pin that on the Usos, but then you're just driving the Usos further and not having anything with Solo, and you just have this. Whereas if you would have Solo take the fall because the Usos messed it up, you've got Solo mad at the Usos for screwing him. You got Roman mad at Solo for screwing him over, and then you got Roman already mad at the Usos for screwing everybody over. So then it's kind of like a triple angled.
I can see it going the other way though. I can see Solo being like looking at Reigns and being like, "Hey, you're supposed to be the man. I've been looking up to you. I've been following you. Blah blah blah. Now you took the fall. Now I'm not so sure. Like you know what I mean? Like it could be on."
Yeah, but if the Usos call, I can't imagine it's going to be a clean fall. We'll put it that way. If the Bloodline loses, I don't think it's going to be a clean like 1, 2, 3, Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn hits the finisher clean. Like, I do think the Usos will probably mess it up, or like Paul Heyman might mess it up. That's another thing too. Paul Heyman could come in and screw it up too. And then that's another factor of, could potentially drive him out, or all this other stuff. The only thing, and as much as I would love to see it, I don't think this will be the circumstance. I don't think that Roman and Solo will actually win. I just don't see how that would really benefit anything other than kind of make Reigns this belt collector, which would be cool. Like, I would love to see that personally.
Why not?
And I'd love to see Solo get a title.
Right.
That would be cool. But other than that, as far as like furthering like this bloodline narrative, because then not only would you like be like, okay, well, we've solved I almost said Cammy Owens.
I thought you were about to say Cam Newton. I said, what the fuck?
I mean, solve that problem too. But the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn problem, like, that would be solved because they beat him for the titles. It's like, okay, back in the bloodline, now we're done with them.
Right.
But then also it's like, yeah, Usos, I showed you up. I'm the dude. But then where do you go from there?
Right. Well,
so I'm just in my mind, I'm thinking to further that dissension, to make it go further, I'm thinking that Bloodline loses because of some interference-y type deal.
Right.
Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn retain, because they can always dangle that over their heads. Because actually what would be kind of cool, not necessarily for SummerSlam, but maybe for Money in the Bank, make it a triple threat tag match.
Ooh.
And then you put both sets in there. So now it's like, okay, really it could be a 4-on-2 advantage if y'all work together.
Yeah.
But then, the thirst for the titles get the Usos, lusting for the championships again, not necessarily for the bloodline, but for themselves. And then you put, Roman in this position, and then like the Usos could have him beat, and then there'll be like, like tag me in, let me pin him, like that kind of thing. Get that cool dynamic. So do like a triple threat match for the tag team titles, but have the two bloodline teams against Kevin and Sami Zayn, because of the, because then Roman can cry foul and be like, there was interference, I deserve a rematch because, they interfered, whatever. And they're just like, well, put him in the match. And then you get this, and you see like trying to work together, then they seemingly come back together on the same page, and then it blows up in their face again in that triple threat match.
Well, I mean, I think we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, because again, that's why this is so, like, people. I mean, I see what the internet says, like, oh, it's boring, it's tired out, blah, blah. I was like, I don't think so, man.
No,
like, this is like the most riveting shit on television now.
People are still talking about this, and this happened over a year ago. This started over a year ago. Like, this is, and like in today's day and age, like, I think, like, one of the best stories that I think was ever told on WWE programming was the Hogan Savage saga, building from WrestleMania 4 to WrestleMania 5, the whole Mega Powers thing. I thought that was excellent. I thought that was excellent storytelling. But those characters were on TV much less frequently. And all of that stuff was shoved down your throat much less frequently than it is nowadays.
Right.
So to have this story, this particular story of like the bloodline, continually evolve and get fresh like content, even though people are like, yeah, I want to see the belts change. But like the fact that so many people are talking about wanting to see that change, that's going to drive them even further to elongate it out, because then more people are going to watch when they think it finally happens. Like, why do we think WrestleMania 39 was the most watched WrestleMania? Right. Because people were like, this is the moment. This is the moment he loses.
Right.
And they're still building to it. And they're still going to build to it.
Yep.
And they're still waiting for that moment. But now we've kind of veered off. But now they're like, oh man, now he could win more belts. They're going to tune in and watch.
Yes, they will.
But now there's a little fuckery. Oh, okay, he gets a second chance. Is he going to like, and then it's like, it, it's the whole soap opera of it. People love the inner turmoil of family and all that kind of stuff. Like I got to give a shout out to the Bravo content, the Vanderpump Rules. That's a big thing right now.
Oh shit.
But listen, I didn't know anything about Vanderpump Rules whatsoever. I didn't know this shit was in like 20 seasons or something like that. Like it's something ridiculous. It's been on forever. Finally, nobody started giving a shit about it for a while. Then all of a sudden, that Scandival happened, right? Like you heard about it.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
You know, you've heard of it. You've heard it.
What are you talking about?
You've heard it. Don't you give me that shit.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
Scandival. So this dude. I'll try to explain it best I can. I don't know if I truly understand the whole thing, but it's riveting.
Okay.
So apparently this dude who's like been, I think, married to this other chick, whatever, has had this affair, a secret affair with this other chick that's been on the show.
Oh.
And then during this last season that they filmed, like people started figuring it out. And like the producers, I guess, figured it out. So then like before the show came out or whatever, the whole affair thing came out. And I guess it's like his wife's best friend or something like that.
Oh, shit.
So it's like this real big thing because this show has been on for a while. It's not like this is like the second season.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of Vanderpump.
It's been on for a while.
Because the XEX used to watch that shit all the time.
So there you go. Yeah. But like, so that's been like a big thing. And like so many people have been talking about that drama who don't even watch this show.
Right.
So now people are invested in. Well, I mean, no offense, but you're not quite like the demographic for Bravo.
No, I'm definitely not.
I mean, other than Top Chef, but
yeah, I do like a good Top Chef,
but
I don't watch it on Bravo.
Top Chef's not really like reality. That's more like cooking show.
Yeah,
it's not.
I also don't watch it on Bravo. There's like other places.
Oh, yeah. You can watch it other places, but you know.
Oh my!
But it's like that kind of thing, like driving.
When they own like a restaurant or a bar, isn't that like the whole premise of that shit? Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's what the whole thing was.
I know Wahlburgers is that.
Wahlburgers?
Yeah, Wahlburgers.
I know Wahlburgers. What do you mean is that?
That's a show. Wahlburgers.
Oh, is it really a show?
Yeah, well, it was at least.
Oh, shit.
They made like a reality show of like the dude who Wahlburgered.
Like Mark Wahlberg?
No, not Mark Wahlberg. The one with Jenny McCarthy.
Donnie?
I think that's Donnie. I think it's Donnie. Yeah. I think it might be Donnie.
All right.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's all I know.
Well, anyway.
But sidebar ended. People love that drama. And that's what'll make people watch this stuff. But it's like this, it's the same concept. You just tie it into a more like if I try to get into that.
What did you call that shit? The scandal? What?
Scandival. Because the dude's name is Tom Sandoval.
Oh shit!
But it's called Scandival because this dude had this affair with, I think, his wife's best friend.
That's amazing, though.
Or something like that. I don't know. It's somebody who's been on the show forever, and then like the two girls like talked to each other and was like his wife was like, I'm going through this really tough time. I think he's cheating on me, and the other one was like, well, I'm here for you. Even though she's the one that's like having the affair with the husband.
Oh shit!
Like it was like that kind of. It's like that kind of level.
Bro, that's wild.
Of psycho.
That is wild.
But anyway,
we on another level of wild.
I was gonna say Jess will appreciate that reference there. Big VPR fan.
Well, all right.
But like I said, it's that drama that draws people into this, because then people are going to keep watching for that suspense of, is he finally going to lose the titles? Is he going to get more titles? What's going to happen with this whole family dynamic? Like, this has been going on for so long, but the longer it goes, the more people get invested in it. And then it eventually will pay off at some point.
Right.
But like the fact that they're drawing it out for this long in the climate of such instant gratification, I think is beautiful. Like, this has to be, in my mind, one of the top storylines ever that WWE's ever done.
Oh,
because you have to think of the climate it's in, and you think of the longevity of this particular story, because it really even goes back to when Roman Reigns first won that Universal title. 1,000, what was it? I think it's over 1,000 days now.
It started back there where he came and wrecked everybody.
Like, that's where it all started. We didn't know that's where it all started, but that's where it started, and it's evolved to this point. I mean, literally since COVID.
Yep.
Like, we were still in COVID times.
Yes, we were.
And this is still going. Like, and to me, it's not old, because people are still talking about it.
Yes,
and they're not talking about it as like, oh my God, all right, blah, 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 blah. Like
and when he comes out,
talking about it. Like
they react when he comes out.
Exactly.
Then we have some ones that should be pretty easy. They got Mustafa Ali in here because he's Muslim. Let's just be real.
He won a battle royal.
Yes, but I'm saying like he's going to Saudi Arabia because he's Muslim.
He won a battle royal. They could have put Mansoor in there.
No, but he's more. They've already had Mansoor.
Not against Gunter. Could you imagine Gunter just chopping the hell out of Mansoor? It would be kind of entertaining.
It would be, but no, they wouldn't have Mansoor out there as a model in Saudi Arabia. They're not doing that.
Well, that's true. That's a little.
They're not doing that.
That's a little risque out there.
Can't make him look. Yeah, you gotta make him look strong out here. You gotta make him look strong in the Muslim community out here.
Well, okay. So then, do you think Ali's winning?
No, but it'll be similar to Puerto Rico and
Puerto Rico. Oh, I thought you were saying that like as a person. It's like, what are you talking about? Like Backlash. You're talking about Zelina Vega.
Yeah, Zelina.
Okay.
It's gonna be similar.
Understood.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, Gunter Gunter's a great wrestler. I mean,
I just hope they give him time. If they give him time, I bet you this match is gonna be solid. Because you got like I think we have not seen Gunter have a match with a dude like this on WWE programming before, and I think it could be fun. Like because I think Ali's incredibly talented.
Right.
I think give him time with Gunter, and Gunter like can just go. Like he can just go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he can fight forever, literally.
Yeah, his endurance is crazy.
So I think it would be kind of fun to see a match with the two of them and get some time.
Right.
Because really I'm looking at this card, and other than like Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, and maybe that tag team match, I don't see many of these other matches. Or if they do get time, I hope like they don't.
The tag team match is going to go 25. Yeah. This last match, the other match,
well, Roman Reigns' entrance is like 7.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's then probably 35. The last match is going to go 30.
I think they'll give that heavyweight championship.
Bianca Belair and Asuka is going to go about 20.
I hope they give them time, but they kind of had that match already at WrestleMania. So
they did.
Yeah,
they did.
It was a good match.
Oh, it was a good match. It was great. They could do better.
Yeah.
There's room for improvement.
Maybe this is the chance.
Yeah, there's room for improvement there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the Night of Champions card. Good card. Looks good on paper.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it. Unless they add something in on SmackDown or whatever.
Right. Yeah, they could. And then so the next one is the AEW.
I mean,
chronologically,
technically these happen at the same time.
Okay.
So it depends on whether you want to stick with WWE product or you want to switch.
I want to switch.
You want to switch?
I want to switch.
Okay. Then I will switch.
Okay. So I have not been following anything. Okay, but I'll tell you what I do know some things.
Okay.
So I do understand that Hardy Party, that's what they're calling themselves, Hardys.
Yeah, I mean it's Isaiah Cassidy and the Hardy Boys.
Where's the other one?
Hardy Brothers.
Is he hurt?
Injured. Yeah, Mark Quentin's injured, I believe.
So the Firm is all those boys, Ethan Page, right?
Ethan Page and the Guns specifically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So right now, I guess. Well, let's just go through this card because I gotta see what's going on here. Jade and Taya Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
They have that Blackjack Battle Royal.
Yeah, and that's for the International Championship that Orange Cassidy holds.
Oh, nice twist.
Yeah.
So are they going to have a person come out as the ace or whatever?
I bet they will. I bet they'll have somebody come out as a Joker or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Although it does say Blackjack Battle Royal, it's not the.
Yeah, it's not the.
It's not the casino or whatever they call it.
Right.
Whatever where it has the the Joker aspect. So you never know. But
Blackjack is different.
At this moment, they have only listed 3 other people in addition to Orange Cassidy.
Right.
As competing. But there's going to be 21 total men. That's probably why they called it Blackjack, because 21.
21. Right. I get it.
But maybe that one will be like a Joker type deal, which would be kind of cool.
They have FTR versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. That's interesting.
With Briscoe as the special referee.
Oh, because he's friends with both of them? Is that the deal?
That's how this whole thing came about. Was Jay Lethal, Mark Briscoe are friends, but then FTR and the Briscoes were tight. Gotcha. So then they tried to get together and coexist, but then FTR and Jarrett and Lethal beefed, and FTR is the tag champs. So then this all came about.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun match.
Wardlow and Christian. Okay.
In a ladder match.
We're going to continue.
That one I can skip.
Well, we're gonna go back over them. I just wanted to go through all the matches. Hayter and Storm, cool.
Seen it.
Yeah. And Cole and Jericho, an unsanctioned match. Okay. And the Elite versus the BCC.
The what?
I try. Yeah. So Blackpool Combat Club.
There we go. Okay.
Thank you.
Just wanted to make sure.
I'm trying.
We're on the same page.
BCC. No. Cool. MJ. Oh, so it's okay. Okay. So we got a 4-way.
Reading.
We got a 4-way. So we got cool. And it elevates some guys. Nice. All right. What do you want to start with? You want to start from the beginning? You want to start from
might as well. Might as well go from
All right.
So, that top to bottom.
All right. So Hardy Party and the Firm. I don't care about this, but I'm assuming the Hardys will win.
So in this one, if the Hardy Party wins, Matt Hardy will then own Ethan Page's contract, which the whole story was before that Matt Hardy was owned by the Firm.
Okay.
So then they had this Firm deletion match, which it was like, the typical cinematic Hardy compound stuff, right?
Right.
And then the Matt eventually won. So then he was out of the contract with the Firm, like totally, right. Completely. So then now this is kind of like this was the thing of like, hey, you screwed us over. Now we're gonna, try to get your contract back. But it's like, no. It's, you want this match, fine. But, if we win, then, we own Ethan Page and whatever. I think the Firm will end up winning because I don't know if this is I don't know if this has a whole lot more legs, I guess, shall we say.
Right.
Unless that's going to be part of like the new show that they end up doing, because they got that new show coming, Collision.
Right. Collision.
Which now they'll have 3 shows because they're going to have Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision to do. Which I guess if you're merging AEW Dark and Dark Elevation into Collision, then it makes sense. I don't know. I just think it's too much.
And what channel is this going to be on?
I don't know. One of them.
And what?
One of them.
In what day?
TV. I think it's Saturday.
Oh, so it could be like WCW Saturday night.
I think that's the idea. Yeah. Okay. I think that's kind of the idea.
Dun dun da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun. Yeah.
That's kind of the idea. So, but I just, this has been going on for a while. So I don't know if this will continue to have legs, because then if, obviously if the Hardy Party wins, then there's going to be more to that story with Ethan Page doing shit for them.
Right.
Whereas like I feel like he's better served doing other things than that. And the Hardys can now that Jeff's back, they can actually try to make a tag team run. Because like at this point, like it should be better, it should be sooner than later that we get either Hardy Boys and FTR or Hardy Boys and Young Bucks on that stage like that. You know what I mean? Because like now that Jeff's back, they're not getting any younger. So like,
no, they are not.
Let's get those dream matchups in there, boys. Like, don't continue with this little storyline. So,
all right. They have Jade Cargill and Taya. So that's the new person that's come in to AEW to try to overthrow Jade, which it will not work. So,
I mean, she already tried. We've already had this match.
I think they're trying to get. Do you think it's Chris Statlander that they're really trying to get this title off of her?
I think they were for sure.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be the way that they bring her back on this gigantic pedestal. But like, when is she coming back?
She's been hurt a lot though, but just in general. From my remember, she's awesome.
It's this is the second major injury, I think.
Right.
Because she had that one, then she came back for a hot minute, and then she was gone again.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if it's the same one or if it's a totally different one.
Do we know all who's going to be in this 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal?
No, not at this very moment. Right now we know it's Orange Cassidy, Aaron Solo, Powerhouse Hobbs, QT Marshall.
Aaron Solo.
Basically the dudes from the factory. Like this is the QTV.
Isn't he Aaron Solo Sikoa?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. I mean, it could be.
It's not him?
Aaron Solo Sikoa. No. I said Sikola. Sikola. Yeah, but like Powerhouse Hobbs just lost the TNT Championship to Wardlow not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to get him back to winning a title. So like that's kind of why I think they've been announced in this Battle Royal.
Okay.
But I feel like this would be an incredible disservice to Orange Cassidy for him to have all of these defenses. Because like, if you haven't been watching the AEW shows like week in, week out, this dude has been defending the international championship against like everybody.
Yeah.
And he's been having bangers left and right.
Yeah.
So then if he loses the championship in a battle royal like this, I just feel like you're literally just pushing him on the ground and taking a dump on his chest.
Unless the big surprise is like a thing, and then they have like a little back and forth.
Still, but I don't know. Still, unless they can get like a immediate rematch for that, and then they get that one-on-one match,
right?
Like then I'd be okay with it.
Well, that's what I mean.
But like otherwise, like if they did all of this just to get Powerhouse Hobbs the international title without beating Orange Cassidy one-on-one, like, bleh, to me, like that's just bleh.
Yeah.
Like you're literally just slapping this dude in the face for all the work he's done for you guys and making exciting matches every week because of that. So I hope he retains, but he doesn't have to retain strong. He can like just barely hang on the entire.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
Like by the skin of his teeth, or like he does some like sly sort of thing where like someone thinks they win and then he like comes in and dumps them over, whatever. Like he doesn't have to be strong,
right?
But like I still think he should win.
We got the FTR versus Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett match. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett have made this fun, made it an angle. It's nice. It's good. FTR retains.
Yeah. I think adding Mark Briscoe in there too is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because he's just a character.
Yes, he is.
And then like him as the referee. I'm sure they'll like play up the angle of like him being friends with Jay Lethal and blah, 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 blah. But also he like adds a little bit of comedy into it. Like I could see this having like other than, in fact, I don't even know. There's like not a whole lot of places on here for sort of like a more lighthearted comedy effect. So I could see that happening in this particular match because Jeff Jarrett can get into some shenanigans like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe can do that. FTR has proved to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can do everything.
Yep.
So I could see this being a little bit more lighthearted, but at the same time, having some great style, like maybe more throwback style wrestling in this one. So, but yeah, I think FTR retain.
Yeah. Wardlow versus Christian Cage.
Next. Next. Don't care about either one.
I know. I didn't like the fact that Wardlow just randomly won against Hobbs and I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't like super random, but it also like they killed his momentum.
Yeah, completely.
Like when Hobbs won that and then they like gave it right back to him. Like,
yeah, what's the point?
They killed that title right now.
Right.
Hopefully this match can build it back up because we know Christian's good with ladders and stuff, but
right.
I know Luchasaurus will be there, so I'm sure he'll get involved in the match in some way, shape, or form. But
right.
to me, Wardlow is the new Sid.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Never will. I don't get it. It's not even that big. I just don't get it. I just don't see it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, this TNT title, man, they built that up real strong early. And now it's in the shitter. Well,
ever since a certain somebody has left.
Yep.
It's been a little.
I agree. As soon as he left, that thing went down.
Mm-hmm.
I agreed. 100%.
I mean, they all have like 7,000 titles in this company.
But like that was supposed to be like their number 2, and now it's like fucking whatever. Lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Honestly, Orange Cassidy's making that international championship number 2 right now.
100%.
Because he's fighting all these people from around the world. I mean, he took on Katsuyori Shibata. Like, I mean, he was doing all sorts of like, dudes from Mexico, dudes from Japan. And that's like the idea of the championship. So like when you're defending it like that, and then you have the TNT championship being kind of like lost between Samoa Joe and Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs, like,
right.
No thanks.
No thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's probably a move on their part because they had to get bumped off of TNT on Wednesday nights.
True.
So like, fine, we're going to shit on your title.
Yep. Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. Okay. So we had this match before.
I mean, it was a great match when they did it before.
Sure.
So, I mean, as long as it's on par with that, awesome. But I was just hoping it could be somebody else. I think they're eventually going to get to her and Saraya, Jamie Hayter being her. Obviously, just not yet. But I was hoping Ruby Soho would get the shot instead of Toni Storm. But I know Toni Storm has the quote-unquote experience. She's been champion already.
And it's just too thickness. Just a bunch of thickness.
Accurate.
I like the thickness.
Patty cake, baker's man.
Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho.
I'm going to get yelled at for that one. I'm in trouble.
Bake me that cake.
As fast as you can.
No, bake me that shit as slow as you can. I need them double, triple layers.
Oh Lord.
Yes,
this
sir.
Is sponge cake.
So Adam Cole, Chris Jericho. I guess it's just Adam Cole get his feet wet back up in the, back up in the AEW for real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, he did have a match against Daniel Garcia, to like lead into this, but kind of like the first, like I view Jericho as like the gatekeeper, it's like he of AEW, he's the star maker, he's the gatekeeper. Like, look at all the people he's feuded with, and look where they went. So like Adam Cole needs to have a strong like re-entrance, shall we say? And I think Chris Jericho is the guy to do it. You know, having this unsanctioned match, it gives a little bit more leeway for guys to help out just in case things go awry. Roddy Strong is in AEW now because now that he is, you know, his contract's up, he went over to AEW. Kyle O'Reilly could be coming back soon, so we could see him up there. Not sure if we'll see Bobby Fish, but I feel like we might get most of the Undisputed Era up in here against the Jericho Appreciation Society, because you know there's going to be some of that coming in here since it's unsanctioned. But yeah, so otherwise, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to see what they do for this one. But now I feel like Adam wins here.
Yeah. Now they got the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club.
This one should be fun because this is like the Anarchy in the Arena match.
Right. I mean,
that last one was fun.
Yeah.
And you know the Elite can do some fun
shit. They do some crazy ass shit. Yeah, it should be. I mean, it should be fun. I mean, I think I'm not sure where they're headed with this, but I don't know who wins this match.
I feel like the Elite are going to win this because this is the first time Adam Page has joined back in with the Elite in a long time. Because remember, he was like sort of renounced them, and he was like, you know, I'm not good enough for you guys.
What if he turns back on them?
I mean, that'd be dope as all too.
I think that'd be fun.
I just can't see him like joining the Blackpool Combat Club.
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
Also, they need to rename that now that, you know, Lord Regal is no longer there.
It's true.
Like, I don't know why they just keep that.
I would have changed it up.
Yeah, just put like the Combat Club or like I don't know, something else. Like not a club. Like why does everything have to be a club?
I don't know, but BCC sounds great.
Oh, well, I mean,
for some people,
I've heard some people say that. Got a little Moxley in there. Castagnoli.
And then they have the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, the Pillars 4-Way. Yeah, and I'm tired of the whole
lame.
Like the pillars of AEW, the pillars, pillars
this,
pillars that. Huh?
Is that why they're calling the Pillars? Because there's pillars. They think they're the pillars.
Yeah, because those are the homegrown young talents that they're building AEW off of, and that's the verbiage that they've used for a while. Is when describing who's the future, the 4 pillars of it have been these 4 guys, which I don't disagree that they're. I don't disagree. They definitely are, but like when you shove it in everybody's face. That's not to me. That's not a great. I don't know. Like I don't think it needs to be marketed that way. I don't think it needs to be like you don't have to come out and say it. Like we understand that, and we would understand it more so based on your booking rather than you being like, by the way, here it is, shove it down your throat. Like I feel like there has to be a little bit more nuance.
Does the BCC get involved?
Oh, I don't know how many pillars there are.
7 down. Yeah, I'm assuming MJF retains. Yes,
I think he will in some you know, true to heel fashion.
Right,
he'll retain.
Yeah,
but this should be a fun match though, because you know, like all of these guys have proven their mettle. I feel like it's just so early to have this kind of match where like. Give them a little bit more seasoning on their own and then have them come back and do it. But maybe that's the plan. Maybe they're doing it now. And then in like several years, they'll come back to it and you'll see kind of how like everybody evolved, the path everybody took. What I have enjoyed though about this is getting to hear Darby Allin speak a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a decent little promo.
Right.
Like some of the things he'll say are a little like, meh, what? But like it also kind of is his character to be like, huh? What the?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Yeah. Like it's not like Ultimate Warrior, like, huh? What the hell? But like it's, you know,
I like a good Ultimate Warrior promo though.
Oh God,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. I love a good Ultimate Warrior promo. No motherfucker made no sense. But
here
his
comes
energy
from the spaceship, and then the people come over to the Conestoga wagon, and we ride into the sunset, and everything is golden. And he just like turns away from the camera.
Yep.
I can't do that voice.
Oh yeah. But that's that pay-per-view. It should be a really good pay-per-view, man. Like, I mean, those matches in AEW are usually really, really good and fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like that again, we've said this many times before. It's really is the match quality.
Yep.
That sets AEW apart from WWE, and when they have these pay-per-views, usually that match quality, like up and down the card, is A plus. And when even one match is not, it's like, ugh, this was kind of a meh pay-per-view. Whereas like WWE somehow is forgivable.
Yep, always forgivable.
When like unless like if there's two or more matches that are like amazing matches, then we think it's like an amazing pay-per-view.
Right.
But with AEW, it's the total opposite. But it's because they, like, in my opinion, they don't offer as much on the story end. So like there's less to be forgiven.
True. It's like, where is this going after this, like, type of shit?
Yeah.
And we don't
know. Why am I to care? Why am I investing in this before, during, and after? That's the whole thing. That is literally the mindset that separates these two companies.
Yep. Agreed.
It doesn't seem like they'll have it for very small certain aspects. But WWE usually has it in some way, whether it makes sense or not, they have that for pretty much everything they do.
So as we move on, so we got WWE, you got AEW. Now we're going back, but we're going to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Got NXT Battleground coming up. And again, we've had this conversation. I haven't really been watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Are there more than 4 matches currently that are on the docket as we speak?
I'm trying to recall. There might because NXT, as we're recording, NXT is literally just started.
Right.
So they might add some things to it.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I know of, which are probably the ones you have in front of you, is the Heritage Cup.
Yep.
The North American Championship.
Yep.
The finals for the NXT Women's Tournament.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And then there's the Last Man Standing match.
Last Man Standing, yep.
I think that's what Dijak and
Dragunov.
Dragunov. Oh, I feel like that's going to be just a slobber knocker.
Yep.
Like that one, I think that one might tear the house down.
Yeah.
Then the championship match.
Right.
So I guess we'll start with the championship match.
Okay.
Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, so this is a rematch.
This is a rematch, but now it's heel Braun Breaker.
Right, heel Braun Breaker.
Heel Braun Breaker, which is interesting to see. And
I think it's better. I think it's better for him to be a heel. In general, just no need for me to be a face right now. Go ahead and explore that life for a little bit.
Well, I mean, this especially in NXT, it's the time to try.
Yeah.
See how it works.
And Carmelo just got his title, right? And
not that long ago.
Yeah. Unless they're trying to bounce it back and forth, boom, boom, boom. I would assume.
I mean, because it could be a different scenario. Because now, if Breaker's a heel, then you're going to get a face to chase. Because right now, it's been for a long time. Not a long time, but for the recent past.
Oh my!
That I can't take two. Can't talk. That it's been a face champion in NXT, and then when Carmelo Hayes won, he was like in that tweener stage where people were like loving him,
right?
But like he was still kind of a heel. But now he's like full face,
right?
At this point, so I think it might be good for them to have a heel champion and then have that face chase again.
Yeah.
Whether that's Carmelo Hayes or whether that's somebody else, I'm not entirely sure. But at this moment, I can't see them totally taking taking the belt off of Carmelo Hayes just yet. Like giving him a little bit more of a run because he's really only had 2 defenses. One was Braun Breaker, and one was Grayson Waller, who's now is on SmackDown.
Right.
So I think give him a little bit more mileage out of it, and then maybe it comes back to Braun, especially since Braun didn't get called up yet.
Right.
So, which I thought was kind of shocking because I thought that was the whole move they were making.
I thought so too.
But I can understand why.
Yeah.
Still needs a little more seasoning.
I think he needs a little more seasoning.
Yeah, for sure.
We can go to the North American Championship, or you want to go to the women?
Yeah, we can do that. We can go to the North American Championship.
All right,
so there's triple threat.
Yeah, Wesley, Tyler Bate, who I absolutely love, and Joe Gacy, who I know nothing about.
So Joe Gacy and the Schism.
That I do know.
Okay. Yeah.
I know that group.
Yeah. So he's got the Schism. So basically Wesley and Tyler Bate have been like buddy, right? Because Tyler Bates got this kind of like gimmick thing where he's like, if you remember when Matt Seidel first sort of like popped into AEW, he was doing like that whole like guru sort of deal.
Okay.
Like it's not that over the top, but he's like Tyler Bates more like, hey, dude, let's do some like meditation, whatever, like that kind of thing. Like giving him a little bit more character than just like, I'm a young English dude who beats the hell out of people.
Right.
So then they've been like buddy in this whole situation, and Joe Gacy was trying to like get his way in between so that obviously he can get this title, but also like, whatever. So he was trying to get that North American title, even though like the two of them sort of agreed, like Wesley and Tyler Bate were like, yeah, like let's have a nice little friendly competition here for this. And then that's how we got this triple threat, because Gacy wanted a title match, but he didn't necessarily want a title match with both of them in the match, if that makes sense. Like he just wanted his one-on-one. But now he's getting both Wesley and Tyler Bate in this match with him.
Okay.
For the North American Championship. Either way, I mean these North American title matches have been quite the bangers. Like that last one that they had with the whole ladder deal.
Yeah. And
like Wesley didn't even need to showcase himself. He just like was there. He did some cool stuff, but like kind of let everybody else have the shine.
Mm-hmm.
And then he won. Like it was, so I think this will be interesting to see the dynamic of this in the triple threat, like obviously there's still no DQs and no countouts for triple threat. So you can do crazy shit if you want, but it's not like we always see the North American title in like a ladder match or, some kind of gimmick like that. This is just a straight up like triple threat. So it'll be interesting to see what these guys
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, you know what I mean. Like
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So
cool. I am interested in this match. Do you know who do you think is going to come out on top on this one?
Oh man.
Is it going to be Joe and will he take it?
I don't know. I mean, it could be. Like I could see this being the devolution of the friendship between Wesley and Tyler Bate, because like obviously Wesley doesn't need to be pinned to lose his belt.
Right.
So it could go both ways. And like I think Joe Gacy of all the people, especially because like the other the other two dudes in his team, the Grizzled Young Veterans, which they're called the Dyad now. I don't remember what the hell their names are. Like they changed them to whatever, but they're like basically done. Like they're on their way out.
Right.
Like they weren't granted their releases, but they like are like checked out. They're done. So once they leave, it's just going to be Joe Gacy and The Rock's daughter in this little group. So I think giving him a little strength here with a belt, I think would be good. Also, he's a pretty good promo, in my opinion. It'll be another heel champion situation.
Right.
Because again, NXT is, aside from when Mandy Rose was the NXT Women's Champion,
very face heavy.
NXT is a very face heavy championship place, which I know that's like happy for some of the people, and like they don't really dive too much into that, but I just think it'll be a nice change of pace to get some heel championships. And if we're not getting it with the NXT championship, I think it might be nice for the North American championship, because there's plenty of other face face wrestlers that could chase for that North American championship.
Absolutely. They got the women's Who's in that now?
Well, so tonight on NXT, tonight meaning this Tuesday night, as we're going on right now, is the tournament finals. Or I'm sorry, the semifinals. So right now, they're going to have a match. It's Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez are on one side, and they're going to fight to see who moves on. And then on the other side, it's Lyra Valkyria and Cora Jade.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm thinking that it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be Roxanne Perez, and I feel like it's going to be Cora Jade. Because that was that's been like a little bit of a feud, because they were once buddy-buddy. Like Roxanne and Cora Jade were once buddy-buddy. They went after the NXT women's tag titles, had them, all that kind of stuff. And then Cora Jade, when she turned heel on Roxanne.
Right.
So this would be the nice comeuppance, especially if Roxanne is going to get that championship back, which she never like truly justly lost in the first place. So if she's going to get this title back, winning it over Cora Jade in the finals. But I think the finals matchup will be Roxanne and Cora Jade.
Okay.
After all is said and done, that's my prediction. But I could see Cora Jade winning it too, because then again, you get another heel champion. You get Roxanne to chase a little bit. There's also a lot of female heels, though. There's a lot of strong female heels.
No disrespect to Cora Jade. I hate her name. Cora Jade.
Cora Jade is what it is.
It's so generic.
You can't have a winner for everything.
I know. It's such a generic name. Can't stand it.
But you have Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not great. That's a whole different part of the spectrum. Like over there, you can meet somewhere in the middle with that shit. I don't know. Yeah. Oh man, it's just the women's names sometimes are like, you could totally be a stripper, and I would never. Well,
that's how you decide. That's how you decide your wrestling name.
I agree.
It's basically it's the same thing.
Oh,
like if I really did it, mine would be Carl Steely.
Ooh. That's it. We're there. It is now changed. It is now there.
That'd be hilarious if I just did that.
No
longer Anderson Scott. I am now Carl Steely.
Please do. Please do. Please do.
Would be great though.
They got this Heritage Cup champion. Can we talk about what the Heritage Cup is? I have no idea.
So they brought it from a UK NXT.
Oh, okay.
UK NXT UK.
Okay.
Brought it over from there. That was like a thing they did in the NXT UK. And Noam Dar has had this thing ever since NXT UK shut down.
Oh.
So now that he's finally come over to NXT, because right now this is the only NXT, he's brought that with him. So now I think they're going to be using this as sort of a vehicle to help push Dragon Lee.
Okay.
Because Dragon Lee had a really nice showing in the North American Championship match last time they had a big event. And so I think reintroducing not only another like trophy or championship here will be nice, but also like I think this also is under the like technically this Heritage Cup is defended under what they call the British rules.
Okay.
So something,
is
something
this the
different.
Same Dragon Lee that was in like Ring of Honor and stuff.
Absolutely, it is. Yep.
All right. Cool.
Yes, same dude. So now he's finally getting his, due here in NXT. I don't know how long he'll be there, but essentially what the Heritage Cup is, it's the British rules match, which is, it's like, you got your 3-minute rounds, you got 20-second breaks between each round, 2 out of 3 falls. Can be pinfall, submission, count out.
Okay.
Once a fall occurs, the round ends. That kind of deal. So that's the Heritage Cup. So I think it'll also be a nice change of pace from, some of the other kind of matchups you see in NXT. You don't see really a whole lot of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
There, because it's a very old school deal.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that's exactly how WWE does the Heritage Cup, but I know that's pretty close to the actual British rules are that it's contested under.
And then we have the Dijak Dragunov.
Ooh, I feel like that should be a banger because I really like Dijak, and then we've seen
I've always liked Dijak,
and then we've seen Dragunov go.
Yeah,
because he was the one that eventually dethroned Gunter, formerly Walter, of the NXT UK Championship after that just absolute brutal match, and like brutal in a good way, like it was just like beat the piss out of each other. So I feel like this match will also be one where they just beat the ever-loving hell out of each other. It's a last man standing match. Because I've heard rumors that they might bring Dragunov up to be part of Imperium, I could see this being a good vehicle for Dijak to get a nice little victory here, because I don't think Dijak's really had a solid top tier victory in a while. And if they want to push him as like this, sort of like big heel now, then I think he should get the win. And then if that sends Dragunov off to Raw, where Imperium is, I think that'd be pretty dope.
Dude, I'm just sidebarring this shit.
So I was like looking at you. I was like, what are you looking at? A fly? What are you looking at?
No, like these fucking kids. Like are
what,
like outside my window. No, like I'm outside I'm like looking outside. They're like down here and shit. Like don't you like? I mean, I appreciate this because it's not sundown yet. It is still light outside. Yeah. And like back in the day, like that's what your kids used to do. But these motherfuckers have been outside too goddamn long. You need to do some homework or some shit. Motherfuckers been out here forever.
It's like 8:15.
I know. Do some homework or some shit.
Maybe they don't have homework. Maybe school's over.
It's not over. They need to do goddamn work.
Maybe they don't have homework. Maybe they already did it.
They didn't do that shit. I know they didn't. I knew that bullshit. Better fucking do your homework. I'm about to be this old ass man. Be like, get off my lawn. Get the fuck off my shit.
Get out my window. Do your homework.
Don't come through my window. Don't do that. But that'll be interesting if Dragunov goes to. I kind of like that.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I kind of like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all of the either live events or pay-per-views that are happening this weekend. It is a lot. I mean, it really is a lot going on. I'm going to try to catch all of them. I mean, the one I'm probably going to miss the most of is the NXT one, because I'm probably going to try to go to that. But there's Monday, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about that. I don't teach at all on Monday, which is excellent. They are back out here. Why are they even down here? I hope I hope they get poison ivy. Like I hope there's some poison ivy out there somewhere.
That's so random.
I hope there's some poison oak out there in this bitch.
At least you don't go to bed mad early. You'd be like, "Hey, try to sleep."
Yeah, fucking shit. I might go to bed early tonight. God damn. I am an old motherfucker, I swear. It's facts. All right, so can we go to like current events real quick? Can you just like boop? Because I'm gonna tell the same.
Other than the kids, is that your current events right now?
Yeah, the current events. These fucking kids like being complete assholes out here. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's no adult to be seen out here whatsoever. What's funny is if you've been around my area, right? Mm-hmm. So like there's like all this green area everywhere. Like it's just open ass space. Like it's actually quite nice for kids to run around. And they're like running around like in this enclosed ass shit. Like it makes no sense. But yeah, anyway. So current events. Mm-hmm. Here we are. And I just wanted to break this out for everybody. So first of all, number one, there has not been a mass shooting this week.
Hey,
so now we can and that's sad. Like finally, I think we can put like like the days like we fucked up like We can go back to zero again. But there's an interesting story. I just read like a little bit of this. I don't know everything about this, but I read it to you right before we went on air. So a Missouri man flew to Washington, D.C., rented a U-Haul truck, and drove straight to the White House, where he crashed the truck into a security barrier and began waving around a Nazi flag in the culmination of a 6-month plan to seize power from the government, authorities said Tuesday. So he, for 6 months, has planned this out. He has planned to fly to DC and then rent a U-Haul where he was going to run it into the White House or security barrier of the White House and then wave his flag to maybe plant it in the White House lawn to perhaps claim it.
Because that's how it works.
Like, it is now mine. Flag. Boom. Like you landed on the moon. It is now. Boom.
Yeah.
It is our land. This land is your land. This land is my land. Like, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure the 6-month plan. And I said this earlier. I said, like, so for 6 months of planning, like, I would have just rented the U-Haul truck in Missouri and just drove that bitch. I would have just straight up drove it from Missouri to DC.
I mean, gas is expensive, though.
I mean, it is.
That's one thing I didn't think about. Gas is expensive.
I know. I mean, it might have been a one-way flight, too. I don't think he was expected to come back.
It wasn't part of the plan. It wasn't part of the 6-month plan.
That was not part of the plan. I don't think so. I just think that's hilarious. Like, it is true. Gas is expensive these days. Maybe that's the reason why he was coming anyway, to blame Biden for that gas issue.
I would imagine.
Like, bro, I had to take a flight here. I could have just rented the U-Haul.
And drove.
But now I'm really flying here quicker. And then I'm going to take this U-Haul. Probably already had it rented. Probably already had it reserved, right?
Yeah.
He had it reserved for the thing. So when he got there, he was ready to go, ready to rock and roll, making shit happen.
Here's the important thing. Did he get insurance on the U-Haul?
Oh.
Because you know how they make you get like the different insurance plans?
You have to, right? Don't you have to get
your insurance? Don't have to. No. But if you ding it up.
I mean, but don't you have to have proof of your own insurance?
No.
No?
Not that I know of.
Shit.
And I've rented a couple U-Hauls.
Huh.
No. Nope, you just have to present a valid driver's license.
Well, I'll be damned.
Because insurance is assuming you own a car, which you can still drive a U-Haul but not own a car and still have a driver's license.
That's fair.
So, but then they have those like different tiers of like, well, for like this amount of money, you can get this minimum coverage, but you can get the total liability coverage, blah, 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 blah. So you think you paid like the, $80 for the total liability coverage and be like, by the way, U-Haul, sucks, your truck's totaled.
My goodness.
After that.
Well.
Or was he like, no, it's okay, I won't need the insurance. And then now not only is he going to be spending some jail time, but he's going to owe U-Haul a new truck.
Well, bless his heart. Bless his heart.
So, and it took him 6 months to come up with this one.
I guess.
Already poked holes in it within like 6 minutes.
There's a whole story. I mean, there's a whole story. Sai Vershith Kandula.
Bless you.
Oh, no. It was at 10 p.m. Oh, man. Took out a flag. He wanted to get to the White House, seize power, and be put in charge of the nation. He would kill the president if that's what he had to do.
In a U-Haul.
Yes. That's the way to go. There were no explosives or weapons. He was just, it was a rather peaceful type of situation.
I guess, yeah, there was no weaponry other than just running a truck into something.
I didn't know you could rent a U-Haul at 18.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that either.
He rented the U-Haul in Herndon, Virginia. My goodness. Well, there you go. And now he's a person. Now he's a person of interest. Now he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I was vaguely interested in it.
Yeah, he's a person of interest. Like he literally probably can't go anywhere now. He's on a whole list.
He's on the no-flies list. He's on all this.
He can't go no fucking where now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yikes! I don't think he thought about that ahead of time. Like now, my whole life is going to be scrutinized.
Nope.
Yikes! And he could be out of jail. I mean, really, he can't be charged for anything. All he did was run his thing into a like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's going to be in jail for a year.
Destruction of public property could be something.
He's not going to be in jail for a year. He can be out in 2 months, a month. He might just have time. He might just be paying a fine. Like, you know what I mean?
It's definitely nothing. It's not going to be anything serious.
No, but like he's a person of interest. Like that's a whole different thing. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, he really didn't commit like a crime. I mean, maybe he running into the guardrail or running to the gate of the White House or whatever the hell it is, security fence or whatever they call it. Maybe that's a federal offense, but
I mean, I would imagine so. That some destruction of White House property, I'm sure, is much higher than just regular public property.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's funny. That's funny. Well, Sai, yes, that's my name. That's my brother's name.
Bye.
Yeah, sorry, brother. You should have thought about that a little, maybe for another 6 months. Another 6 months.
Yeah, give it another 6 months, it would have been foolproof.
Just you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That then
he would have thought of getting the top tier insurance.
Yep.
Maybe even added one of those dollies in there.
Ooh,
just in case.
Get a dolly.
Yeah.
Maybe get some of those. Maybe get some of those blankets.
Absolutely, have to.
Those and some bubble wraps.
Yep.
Not well thought out.
No.
Come on, man. No. Anyway, so the NBA playoffs are still happening. We're here. NBA. I watched again. I've been watching the games. The last 2 or 3 or 4, kind of in a row. Denver took out the Lakers. Miami is beating the fuck out of Boston. Like Denver was skating by the Lakers. Okay, like so these games are close with the Lakers and Denver, even though they got swept. These Miami games, like, dude, like I have no words. I'll be honest. Like I have no words.
Yeah, they're not
close.
No.
Like this shit is not close at all. Like I don't even know what to say. Like all the Lakers games, I swear, were really close. Like they were really close. I thought like yeah, they were all pretty damn close. They were all within like less than 10 points. Right? And so were the Heat games really, but like they were outscoring. I mean, they coming back to beat them. Like that's what's happening here on the Heat side, right? And then, Jesus, Sunday happens.
Yeah, that was just
them up. Like, and this is the first time the Heat are at home. They've been beating them on the road.
Beating everybody on the road.
They beating them on the road. Heat beating them. Oh, they're 2-0 in the road. I was like, Heat about to fuck them up at home. And for sure they did. They beat them up. Like literally. Like they're just a tough team. And I thought this was going to be the case. I thought this was going to happen because Heat are just grinders. They're out here grinding. They out here tough, getting in everybody's head. Like they're not like, you know what I mean? Like they're just not playing well. As opposed to the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets, which were good games, like all the way through. LeBron had a really good game, his last game, but it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough because Jokic is nasty as hell.
No, he was playing. I mean, we already know he's this dude,
right,
who plays out of his mind. But like, you look at these stats.
Yeah, it's every night. It's every night.
every night. I think except in this Lakers series, out of the 4 games, 3 of those nights, like easy triple-double.
Yep.
Easy
triple-double.
Easy. I mean, that first game he had 21 rebounds.
Yeah.
21?
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yep. That's what he's doing. Yep. That's everything.
And then, like, you know, not only having that, but like 34 points. Like 34 points, 21 rebounds, 14 assists.
Yep.
In that first game.
Yeah. So if you go all the way back, we can go all the way back at this. I mean,
I'm looking at his game log for the entire postseason right now. And this dude,
crazy.
like other than the first, literally the first game of the when they played the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
That game, he still had 14 rebounds, but he only had 13 points. 6 assists. Everything else, other than that, he's had minimum 20 points, but he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games over 30 points.
Yep.
Out of that stretch.
He had a 53-point game.
Yeah.
Which he lost. Actually,
they lost that game when he scored 53 points.
53, yeah. Because he only had 4 rebounds in that game.
Yeah.
This motherfucker had 30, 17, and 17. 30 rebounds, 30 points, 17 rebounds, 17 assists. That is stupid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, seriously. Like, that's insane. But anyway, he's just killing it all the way around. He's destroying everybody right now. And then LeBron had a really good game. But at the end, I don't know, like he was just super passive and then he tried to take over. It was weird. Like I was like, dude, just take over the game. Like consistent.
Yeah, I don't know why he's waiting.
Like he was waiting. And I was like, dude, you just need to go ahead and take this, seal the deal. But he would not. Like he was just trying to get everybody involved, but everybody else sucked. Like, you know what I mean? So then that's what happened. Like you try to get people involved. Yeah, they weren't trying to get involved because they suck. You have to do it. You have to score.
You got to put the team on your back
like,
at that point. You should know by that point.
But I mean, like my point was like, yes, you scored 40. It looks really good. But bro, you could probably score about 50, 55. Like, I mean, there were points in that game like you just take over, score 50, 55 in that game instead of trying to get people involved. I appreciate you tried to, but nobody's hitting shots at all, which is why they lost in the first place. But yeah, so Miami's got one more game. The game is tonight. It starts like literally like right now-ish.
Yep. Very soon.
It's gonna be a good game. I'm sure Boston's gonna come out like guns blazing, pew pew pew. And I think Miami is gonna take it. Like they're just gonna beat them up. Like I just think they're gonna beat them up. There might be 2 sweeps. I thought the Lakers might take 1 or 2. I thought if they snatched this one away, they were going to get 1 more or 2, and then Denver would have go ahead and take it out. Yeah. But that would have been if any team was going to do it, the Lakers were going to do it. But I just don't see Boston doing it.
No,
it's going to be Miami, Denver in these finals.
And there still has yet to be a team that comes back from 3-0
right
in the NBA playoffs. I don't think this team's even though the Boston Red Sox did it for MLB, I don't think the Boston Celtics this year are going to do it here.
No,
that would be an epic collapse, especially with how hot the Heat are right now.
It is the rarest of defeats. Like it just doesn't happen. Yeah. Like that one time the Reds, that doesn't happen. So
I think in NBA history it's 0-149. Yeah. Like that's how many. It's about to be 0-150.
Yep, it's never happened.
Yeah,
and I just don't see it happening here. So
no, I don't think so either. I think
it's hard to win 4. Oh, it's hard to win like that in basketball. 4 straight against the same team who knows how you play.
Yeah,
and it seems like Miami has figured your ass out, which makes it even worse.
Yeah, especially since the Celtics weren't they such a great defensive team?
Yeah,
and then the Heat just come out and mollywop them.
Molly Whoppins. Why did Molly get whopped? Well, we'll ask the Celtics. They know.
Flogging Molly over here.
All right, let's go into these NHL playoffs because we know we got the Miami Hurricanes and we know we got the Carolina Panthers, and we know we got the Las Vegas Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys.
The Vegas Raiders. Pretty much. Here's the update, and then the games will be happening. Actually, one of them will be happening tonight as well. The Vegas Dallas Game 3 is actually happening right now, I believe. I'll try to see if I can get a score update on that. But the vegan Golden Knights. Vegas Golden Knights lead 2-0 in the series so far. Game 3 is happening right now as we speak. And then the Florida Panthers are destroying the Hurricanes 3-0.
They are, and I did
right
not,
now. And there's been 2 overtime games. So Florida won 3-2 over Carolina after 4 overtime. So the 4th overtime. Then game 2, they went to just regular overtime, 2-1 Florida. And then game 3 was 1-0 Florida. So that should be interesting. Game 4 is Wednesday. We'll see that result. Could it be another sweep here? Maybe. I don't know. But both of the Vegas and Dallas games have also gone into overtime. So these are like, for hockey fans, these are exciting because they're going to overtime. You know, they're going.
They love overtime games.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember what I said. I'm pretty sure I said I had because I confused myself because I can't remember what team I said was going to win on that side because I believed that one of them, I can't remember, it was the Miami Hurricanes. Was it the Carolina Hurricanes that I thought were not going to win because they're a college team, or was it the Florida Panthers?
I don't remember if you went Miami Hurricanes to beat the Carolina Panthers.
I don't think I did. I don't think because
I feel like you went Florida Panthers. I think you went Panthers and then the Dallas Stars.
No, I picked the Vegas. I picked Vegas for sure. Yeah,
okay.
Totally for sure did.
Well, it's a good thing because right now Vegas is leading 3-0 in the first period.
Ooh, yikes! That's like 20 point. That's like 20-point lead.
Yeah, literally. That's real quick.
Yeah, it's a 20-point lead in the NBA.
Yeah,
at least that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it looks like it's looking like Florida and Vegas are going to be going to the finals here. That's just the educated guess, unless Carolina can pull off the big upset of coming back 3-0, or Dallas somehow makes a comeback here. It's looking like our finals. Next time we talk about this, probably
finals will be set.
Will be the Golden Knights and the Panthers.
Yeah, looking like it. Yeah. So all right. So that's the NHL. I have to go back and see which team I picked because I for sure don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went. I think I went Hurricanes and Knights. I think. I think I did because I thought the Hurricanes were the higher seed.
Right. We had the whole conversation about that because I couldn't remember. I didn't know how that shit worked.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do some RIPs. We got some RIPs.
Some sad news. Sad news to end it out.
Yeah, we got some sad news. But they both gone to the upper room. And they were both old. Like, so it's not like
they were older gentlemen, yes.
Yeah, it's not like somebody died super young. First, foremost, we'll talk about Jim Brown, who was lots of things. He is one of the greatest running backs of all time. Some people say he is the greatest running back of all time. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, some people still say he is. Yeah,
some say he is. Absolutely. After all these years. He was an actor. He was an activist, civil rights activist, all sorts of things. He's done more than most have in their entire life. I know Jim Brown first and foremost from like acting. So like he's in a lot of like black movies and things like that. That I saw him in. So like that's probably my first like introduction to Jim Brown. And then came like the football side. Like and I knew him as a civil rights activist too. Like and I knew about him playing football, but I was like, okay, like, but it was like, fucking forever ago. So, But having said that, he's one of those guys that did a lot in his life, right? He did a lot in his life. So
I remember him from Mars Attacks.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like things like that, right? Mars Attacks.
But I knew Mars Attacks before I realized he was like a football player.
Right.
Before that.
Right. Yeah, like it's just one of those things that you don't think about. Like I knew about OJ. OJ, I knew he was a actor before I knew he was a football player, like for real. Like I was watching him in Naked Gun, and I had no idea like he was actually do. But anyway, that and superstar Billy Graham passed away.
I was gonna say before we get to him, I mean, I feel like Jim Brown was one of those first sort of athletes that was able to make that crossover.
Yeah.
Into like movies and acting and stuff like that. Like he was almost the standard bearer. Like I'm having a hard time thinking of another example of that. But you see those athletes like a Peyton Manning.
Right.
Now, you know what I mean? Like Peyton Manning's done like Saturday Night Live.
Sure.
He's done all, now he's got TV shows. Dudes like that they start out their career as these professional athletes, and then they still continue a career in the public light, but in a different form, whether it's acting in movies, TV shows, that kind of stuff. And I think he was one of the first guys to really do that. So
yeah,
a pioneer that way.
He's a pioneer of a lot
in many
avenues, and
it's
hard to really like talk. I mean, really, just look up the dude. I'm sure I don't know if they have a documentary. Like I would recommend
they should. If they don't, they should.
Yeah, they should be a movie about that motherfucker. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. But like another pioneer, though, I believe also was superstar Billy Graham, because so many professional wrestlers have patterned themselves after Billy Graham's basically physique and showmanship.
Yep.
I mean, just take a look at Hulk Hogan.
He's
and
like
he admits that like Billy Graham, that's who I look to. I look to Billy Graham, and he basically took Billy Graham's look down to physique, showmanship, everything. Like he was one of the first true sports entertainers.
He was.
I believe.
He was.
You know what I mean? And he definitely, I think he was a great influence on what is considered the golden era of wrestling, which was like the mid to late 80s.
Yep.
And even though that was a little bit after his time, like I think Billy Graham, even today, like you take Billy Graham in his prime, put him now, I mean he's still a superstar, still big time. Like he was a pro wrestler way ahead of his time.
Yep, for sure. He's a big boy. I mean, there's a lot of people would pattern themselves after him, right?
Yeah, and it was at a time where you would see wrestlers looking more like your average Joe. Like they wouldn't be all big and muscular. They'd be big, but like even look at Bruno. Like Bruno wasn't overly like chiseled. Like Superstar was chiseled.
Right.
Like he had like that bodybuilder physique that not a whole lot of guys would have.
He did.
And like that was kind of where everything pushed towards in that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know he said some controversial things like late in his career.
Yeah.
However, having said that, still respecting that man for what he's done for the wrestling business.
Absolutely.
So we'll end it like that. Just giving that. So I mean, take a look at check out some of those guys if you haven't heard of Superstar Billy Graham or Jim Brown. You should absolutely go ahead and just go to Wiki, go to YouTube,
Google them. Just
Google them, check them out.
Both. Yep.
And get into that, because some of these guys are like, oh, you'd be like, oh, I see that. You know what I mean? They'd be like, I can see that for sure. How that could be, especially everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is for the most part, especially like at least millennial on knows who Hulk Hogan is.
Absolutely.
So if you know every millennial knows Hulk Hogan, then go ahead and deep dive on that. You know what I mean? And check out some Superstar Billy Graham. All right. So we're about to close it up, the shop. But before I close that door on the shop, let's go ahead and check out what's coming up for us.
We got to get the last we got to get the last promotions in here, because we are still about to, I think we're about 2 weeks away or so, 2 or 3 weeks away from the prom that you have always wanted, and that is High Tension Wrestling presents King Crab's Enchantment Under the Sea Prom with our co-host Samira. That is happening Saturday, June the 10th in Reading, Pennsylvania at the Riverside Beneficial Association. You can still get your tickets. You can just go to our website at www.highteNHTW. I see you over there swimming sweats over there. So you can go to www.highteNHTW.com/shop, or you can find us on all social media at High Tension HTW, and then you can find all of our links from there, as far as, making sure you get your tickets for this prom that you do not want to miss, because we have had some great match lineups there. We have Edith Surreal's going to be there, taking on Sazzy Boatwright, a newcomer to High Tension Wrestling there. Mike Skyros is going to be there, our HTW Network television champion, Tommy Vex, Rob Radke, obviously King Crab, Samira, because they're hosting the whole thing. Crummels, Defarge, Brian Ace, a whole bunch of other guys are going to be there. Familiar people from HTW and Leapfrog Past, and a couple new people. So should be a really good time. Obviously, come dressed up in your prom attire. I know I'm going to try to find something looking nice. Try to look all nice for the prom, that kind of deal. So make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. And that's at www.highteNHTW.com/shop, or just find us on social media at High Tension HTW for more details. And then obviously, if you are listening or watching this podcast, please give us a follow as well at the Sweatshop Pod. All right, that's 2 P's in there, right? Or no, not 2 P's. What am I saying? Yeah, no, I was just right. Sweatshop Pod, 2 P's. That's right.
Pod.
Yep, 2 P's, Sweatshop Pod. All across social media there. You can get some more clips and things from us. Also, just, check out the website, HighTensionHTW.com. We got some other great shows on there, HTW Network stuff. So keep up to date with that. You can obviously follow me at Maestro A. Scott across all social media. You can follow my boy over here, Mr. Sweats, at E. Jacob Music across the board on the socials. And, let us know some things. We'd love to have some more interaction on, predictions and things of that nature. And I know when the NFL starts, we're probably going to get back to our pigskin pick'ems.
Pigskin.
You know it.
Pick'em.
We're going to be doing it. So,
yeah.
However you guys want to get involved, please let us know. Tag us on social media, hashtag, all that kind of good stuff. And, let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about other than us finding things, whatever. We're all about pleasing the people.
Oh, sidebar. I did watch all of Spring Breakdown 93. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. It's a fun time.
Yeah. No, it was good. Yeah, I was into it. Good stuff in there. Yeah,
make sure you check that out too. If you have not, you out there in the listener world, if you have not checked it out, check it out on our YouTube channel. So just go to YouTube and search for the HTW Network, or it's youtube.com/@highteNHTW, and you'll find the entire network there. We got the whole Leapfrog catalog there. We got some of our HTW shows. We got all of our network shows. Got some other clips and fun things there. So check it out, and don't be afraid to give us a little subscribe-y poo over there as well. Click that subscribe button, and if you like this or you like some of our other shows, give it a like, put on that bell for the notifications, and then you will never miss one of our programs again once you are notified of all of those wonderful, wonderful things.
All right, Joe.
Oh, I got a fly in my face. Get away.
Oh, my goodness.
Out of this country town. It like literally flew right at my eye as I was closing it out. I'm like, no, and then like, you probably didn't see it. You probably like blended in with the green screen effect, like my eye. Like look at my eye.
Like oh shit.
Like I got a hole in my head.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. For me and the Maestro, we are closing up shop.
It's close to midnight. That's where we're going.
Yep.
Oh, my light shut off on me.
Oh no.
What? I don't understand this light.